Hello, my name is Emiliana. Thank you for being here. You're welcome. Um, this is information that someone made a request for. They wanted to know, where do you go when you die? And then I thought about it and I said, well, you go back home. You go back where you started. And in order for me to have that discussion, we're going to start at the very beginning. Okay? Just to inform you, all this information is things that I've learned on my journey to be where I am right now. Things that I have um, learned, seen, experienced, different things like that. Okay. Um, to start from the very beginning, try to imagine we're all part of source energy, the universe. We are all connected. You and your neighbors and people you don't know are all connected. We are all connected. Okay? Even though you may not think. It's sort of like seeing a branch of a tree, and that branch is an extension of itself. Like my fingers are an extension of this physical body. So, but we're all connected with source. All of us have a little bit of God, a little piece of God in us. If God would come all into this body, it would not be able to survive, because God's source vibration is very high. Okay? So I want you to try to remember or try to imagine that you are in a place where you are so happy. It's not that you're bored, but you want to have an experience of something. Okay? Like you might say, okay, I want to come into life and I want to be famous and I want to be rich. You know? So there are many people that are famous and rich, but how they got to be that way is different. Source energy wants to know all ways of something existing, all ways of it existing. Front, back, left, right, up, down, all ways. And even if you might have all ways of it in the United States, did you ever do it in Russia? Did you ever do it in the West Indies? Okay? These are the different experiences source energy wants to have. All experience, all questions you might have, they have answers for them. And that is called the Akashic Records. When people talk about the Akashic Records, maybe you have heard it. The Akashic Records is information, a library of information about you and me and all that you know. But not only people, things. All things have a history. It has a purpose for being here. It came from somebody's mind. A lot of time when source energy wants to create something, source energy will put the idea out. Okay? Source energy will put the idea out, and somebody has to take that information. That information becomes an idea. Now, if I got that idea to do this, so did other people. Everyone goes about it differently, but it creates the same thing. For instance, if we think of a car, look at all the car makers that are out there. Many car makers, different colors, different styles, they have different names, but what do? That's the same. They take you back and forth where you need to go. Okay? When source energy wants to have an idea like that, but it's different if you have to come in and create something. It's completely different. It's about the same, but you coming in and physically doing it. It's sort of like someone saying, I know how to change a tire. But have they ever physically done it? No, but they know the mechanics of it, right? So this is what the Akashic Records is. It is information about all things that exist. Information about you and information about everything or any question you might have. When we are there and when we are in that place. We want to come in and have the experience. So, like I said, if you know how to change a tire, unless you have changed it, you don't know if you know how to change the tire. This is why you come into life. You choose your parents, you choose your siblings, you choose the experience that you'd like to have with them, the people that are gonna interact with you. Sometimes people come into your life for a brief moment just to help you with one thing, to give you an idea, and they step out. Their mission, their job, or they in the play that you're creating, they only have one line. That line is to give you an idea about something, and then they're gone. Okay? In regards to that library of information, you can set up so much. There's so much to this. There's so much that I don't know if I'll be able to tell you everything, but I'm going to give you as much as I can in regards to that. Okay? In regards to gathering all this information, you know, some people are born in one place and they had to move somewhere else for them to create something. A path will be created for that to happen because you set it up for it to happen. And if something does not happen right away, that doesn't mean it didn't happen yet. It probably happened at a different frequency, a different universe. But until the situation where you are right now, until it is right where it needs to be, it will not happen. If you force it, it will fail. This is why some people say, you know, I am trying to do this so many times and it's not working out. It's because now is not the time. And sometimes you shouldn't force things if it's not the right time for it to happen. In regards to that now, we have a theme, some of us. Like an actor. There are certain actors that would want to have a starring role all the time. Or they would want to be the bad guy all the time. And sometimes when you see a movie, there's a certain actor, he's always the bad guy. And then there's some movies, the good guy is always the good guy. It is for us the same. Sometimes we have a theme when we come into life. We like playing this role. We are sometimes victims, and sometimes we are the one creating, sometimes we're victims, sometimes we're not. Sometimes we are the ones creating the situation, and, we play different roles. All of us that exist here, we have gone through many, many different things. We have been many genders, So in regards to that, we create a contract with the people that we choose to be our parents, our siblings, our uncles and aunts, for us to come in here and have all the different the ideas to create and expand ourselves in different ways. So and that's what happens. We come here. So now the experience, if you fall off the wagon, for instance, and that's why I always talk about your angels and guides. If somehow something is going to happen to you that's not part of your contract, your angels and guides will intervene. They will come in. But they'll come in even more if you communicate with them. If you talk to them, they can only help you if you ask. And I'll do a different video about angels and guides. And you have a soul mission. We all have missions. Some of our missions are to teach. Some of our missions are to learn. Some of our missions are to inspire. We all have different missions. Our sole purpose here is to have an experience. To have that experience. And after that's done, you might linger a little bit afterwards. And after that, then you're going to go back home. and go back home is where you were before. You start at the very beginning. Okay, hold on. Now, just to inform you guys about one very important thing. When you make this plan, when you prepare and you make this mission, that mission, sorry, I had to step away for 2 seconds. So when we make this menu, we make a plan. We say, okay, you're going to be my mom. You're going to be my sister, my brother, and so on. You make the menu of things. Everyone's going to come in at different times in your life. Remember, over there is no time. And it can be as fast as you getting into your car and stepping out of your car. That's how fast it happens over there. For us, we have to look at time, days, months, weeks, and all that. There is no time. And it happens that quick. Okay? You have a soul mission, your purpose. You're here to learn something or to teach something. As soon as you choose your parents, as soon as you come into this physical body and you're born, you have knowledge from the other side. But as soon as you start talking, it almost seems like that. As soon as you start talking, you start losing that memory of being there. Then you have a veil over you. If you come here to learn something and you knew all the answers, why would you wouldn't learn anything because you know all the answers. You have that veil over you, so you have to go at it and figure out what are you supposed to be doing. This is what makes being born here such a challenge. And that's why your angels and guides are so proud of you being so brave coming in here and you feeling you're all alone and managing to accomplish your goal, to follow your path, to stay on that yellow brick road. All of that is something that they are in such awe of us if we get to accomplish our goal. For instance, if you are in a relationship with somebody, and every time you come into that relationship, you are attracted to them because your goal is to be with them. But then that man kill you in that life. You get out of that life. You go back, said, oh, well, we failed. We failed because he ended up killing me in this life. You say, let's try again. You can come back in a different form and you try again. If you survive it, you won. Now, a lot of times, if someone murders people, different people in a different life, they come back here and they have to fix their karma. So that person might come into, like for instance, a man, killed 2 or 3 women in a past life. He's going to come into this life. And in order for him to repay his karma with these people, that person might come in as a child, like a son or daughter. And that child might have some kind of disability that he will have to take care of that child or take care of that person. And in order for him to take care of that person, and he does it, he's repairing his karma to that person, to that individual. I know it's very there's so much to this that I'm hoping I don't run out of time. So the whole purpose of us coming into life and existing here and being here is for us to have an experience. The experience of whatever it is you chose to have here. And after you have had that experience, whether it is to teach somebody something, to be a leader, to be a follower, whichever one that you choose, whatever your path is, a lot of people are not sure of what their path is or what their purpose is. And I think if you go into a deep meditation and really go in and try to discover why you're here, you already know the answer. because it's a part of your path, you know. It might be for you to get out of that relationship that you're always in, always the same kind, for you to be free of it. It might be to do something else. And that would be our soul mission. Our mission would be coming here, existing. And just to let you know, we have been all sex. We have been male and female. Don't think you have always been, like me. I am a woman, but I've been a man in many lifetimes, and I've been a woman in many lifetimes. A lot of times, people that are gay, they were in the past lifetime, they were the opposite sex, and the memory of that, them being that, is still with them. A lot of times when we come into life, a lot of memories from the past follow us into this lifetime. So if you was crossing a bridge and you went off it driving a car, it can either be, first, you'd have a fear of heights or have a fear of bridges. These are two things. The second thing, right around the age when you died, you'll suddenly, all of a sudden, have that fear. A lot of times what I've seen with people, with their energy, they carry memories of past lifetimes with them. And it can look like giant chains, like you'd see on boats. Giant chains that they carry with them in this lifetime. They carry this memory. And because they carry this memory with them, they attract things from those past lifetimes to them. They don't know they are, but they are. And here it is. And if there is a way they can cut that chain from them, they'll be free of it. A lot of times we have seen that with people that have struggled with something, and all of a sudden they can just break out of it with no hesitation at all. Okay? So this is about the Akashic records. I'm going to title it that. Then we're going to talk about when we die. Okay? And then the other thing too is, I want you to really keep in mind about this scarf. Think about a scarf that you have. How you got it, how you wear it, where you go with it. But think about the scarves all over the world. All over the world, people have scarves. And when I say that, I'm not only referring to a scarf, I'm saying all things. It can be wearing a pair of sandals. It can be anything. These individual things are having experiences. Okay, they're all having experiences, just like we are. Some people might have similar experiences, but where it happened is what makes it different. And that's why we're here. We're here to have different experiences for source energy. Source energy is trying to learn as much as it can, and source energy exists within us. Source energy is in all of us. We're all one. We're just, for instance, if you have a ring on your finger, it will feel different from the other fingers because you have a ring here. We're all having different experiences, but we're all part of the same. We're all one. We are all love and light. That is what source energy is. This is my experience. You can research all of this information, find out. The way I describe it is different from how other people describe it. There's so much to this. I know I'm missing some things. But I just want you to know that is just my experience with this. Um, love and light, love and light, that is what you are. That is what we are. Really, we are. We are love and light. Okay? Um, source energy is in all of us. And talk to your angels. People try to figure out where they are. They are right there. Right there. We can't see them because we have to adjust our vibration. They are at a different frequency from us. And I will talk about angels too one day. Love and light.